Man, did we get a lot of news drops this chapter. The title Big News is very fitting, though it could also have been called Lots of News considering how many crazy things were revealed this chapter. This was not the type of chapter I was expecting to get this week. Rather than it being about the beginning of the final act of the Wano arc, it was about everything else that was going on in the world of One Piece. Very little of Wano was actually shown this chapter, but there were some major developments revealed about what's happening there as well. I'm going to go through everything that was revealed in order because there was so much revealed to us this chapter I might end up accidentally skipping something. The beginning of this chapter starts out at the Ryugu Castle on Fishman Island, where Garp and King Neptune are talking after arriving back there from the Reverie. Garp then reveals the first big piece of news we received this chapter. That right after they left the Reverie, some sort of incident happened regarding the Alabasta Kingdom. He doesn't get to say what actually happened this chapter, but he said the Marines are sparing no effort to try and resolve the situation, and he doesn't want this incident to color their opinions on humans, so it must have been something pretty bad. There's a bit of a flashback, and we see Big News Morgans and his crew hustling and bustling due to all of the crazy news reports they're getting. A man then shows up and gives Morgans a letter from the government, telling him to suppress a certain incident. But as any good news reporter would, he laughed in the man's face and told him to send it back. The man then revealed he was a Cypherpole agent by ripping his fake face off and pulling out a gun, ordering Morgans to suppress the information. But either this is the worst Cypherpole agent out there, or Morgans is actually pretty tough because Big News Morgans just kicked this guy's ass. Like with the news about Alabasta, we don't actually learn what the incident the government was trying to suppress is though. The next piece of information we are given isn't fully revealed either, but at least this one's partially revealed. It seems something terrible has happened to Sabo. The way some of the characters are acting, it seems like the news may be that he died. But I think it's more likely that he got captured, which is pretty much a death sentence as well, as they will probably execute him. I'm not sure if he was referring to Sabo, but Blackbeard said something about guys getting picked up by Marines, so he wants to grab them first. Since these statements were made after the Sabo news reveal, I'm thinking he's referring to Sabo and the other revolutionary members with him. This means it may be Blackbeard's time to get involved with the story. If he captures Sabo, he could very well be the big villain of the next arc. The chapter then shifts to Wano, where it's revealed that Drake is actually a top secret special forces member for the Marines. I saw a theory with evidence backing it up that Drake was actually the one who released Law from prison, and this chapter is backing up that theory, as Drake is actually a double agent, probably there to try and take down Kaido. He's giving out important information such as Big Mom and Kaido's alliance, and how he saw CP0 in Wano and thinks the government is coming to try and deal with this pirate-ruled country. The person he's giving this information to is Kobe, who is now a rear admiral. He's really going through the ranks fast considering he's only been in the Marines for a few years. Drake asks Kobe where he is, and then he reveals to us that he's on his way to arrest the Pirate Empress Boa Hancock. I was wondering if it was because she did something the world government didn't like, but no. The last big piece of information given to us this chapter is that the Shichibukai system has been abolished by the world government. The two kings of the Alabasta and Dressrosa Kingdom propose they get rid of it due to the damage that the members of the Shichibukai have done to them, and the majority of the kings voted in favor of it. Now the Marines are going around and trying to arrest all the former Shichibukai across the world. But I don't think things are going to go as they planned. As Boa said at the end of this chapter, they were chosen to be the Shichibukai because they're strong. I can already tell the Marines that are confronting Mihawk and Whitebeard Jr. are about to get wrecked. However, even though Boa is the one who said how strong they were, she's one of the weaker ones and Kobe's on her way to her. So I could actually see her going down, because I'm pretty sure Kobe's stronger than her by now. Maybe she can win by turning him into stone, but I don't think she can match him in an upfront fight. The other former Shichibukai that might be in trouble is Buggy. He's probably the weakest Shichibukai that ever existed, and only got into that position due to his prestige of being a former member of the Roger Pirates, and by being able to influence the less mentally gifted. He gives his men a brave face, telling them that they're going to fight like hell, but in his head he's thinking how he'll escape while everyone's fighting. Due to his cowardice, I'm expecting Buggy to get away. I'm hoping for some more of Buggy, because we haven't really seen much of him since the Marineford arc. I'm a little disappointed since we didn't get to see him in action as a Shichibukai though. That about sums it up for this chapter. Now I'm wondering if we'll get a continuation of this story next chapter, or if we're going to go back to what's happening in Wano. On one hand, I want to know about the news that hasn't been revealed yet, but on the other hand, I want to see the epic battle of the Straw Hats and his allies versus the Big Mom and Kaido alliance. Luckily for me, I'm happy with both options, so whatever Oda decides to continue with next week is fine with me. Until then, my fellow weeaboos of the sea, subscribe to become a member of the Weeaboo Pirates. I'm gonna become king of the weeaboos!